Welcome to Second Take, the show that focuses on the issues behind the news. Mining Weekly editor Martin Creamer joins me today to unpack the latest in the mining industry. Hi Martin.
Hi Chanel.
Tell us about the initiative to boost platinum-based hydrogen fuel cell electric vehicles.
I'm really happy about this. There is so much that green hydrogen offers. It offers a holistic solution, and the world is just looking at little pillars of where it can help, instead of realizing that it goes across everything. And what is happening now, that you can see, it can also fill that gap that the world just keeps focusing on, and that is on mobility, and very clean, genuine clean mobility in big cities. Now for decades, platinum group metals has been keeping our big cities clean in the world, because the auto catalyst has had platinum group metals in it to ensure that all these deadly fumes don't get into the atmosphere. But now you see what Anglo-American is spearheading with partners in Europe is this idea that your taxi fleets can be powered in such a clean manner and such a normal manner, because you don't have to take up the time to recharge your battery. It hasn't got that same weight, and it's very, very green because the only byproduct is water. They are persuading the taxi fleets to use hydrogen to get around. Now I think that should just be the starting point, because with taxi points you can have hubs where you can refuel, and that is the big thing. They've got to have refueling stations, and you can see now in Europe that they're having these refueling stations. It's underpinning this, and this has got going in a way that I think is going to reflect how valuable hydrogen is, not just in a slot, but across the board.
The role of mining in South Africa's social well-being was also recently discussed at the Minerals Council South Africa AGM.
Now, when you attended that Minerals Council AGM, you realized that mining is at the epicenter of our economy. And for some reason or other, the governments have not realized this. You find that it hasn't been given the status that it deserves, even though from a multiplier effect, if you see what the direct jobs can do as a multiplier into the economy, across all the economy, you realize that South Africa cannot do without this. So you wonder why it has been so badly neglected. And you can see that the call is new, that we've got to rediscover them, reimagine, move forward again with mining, particularly in this new era of critical metals and minerals. You can't have a situation where to get a license takes an age. You've got to have a one-stop shop, as it were. So it's not only the slowness of the main department, which is the DMRE, the Department of Mineral Resources and Energy, but you can't get go-ahead to move from that department. You've still got to go through water affairs and sanitation. You've still got to go through, the rural governments, because those are also now in the mix before you get a license. So what is absolutely essential, and I think the government must be hearing this, I hope, is that you've got a one-stop shop where you call first for your license. You are then communicated from that point, and you go and get your license, because this has got to happen in South Africa. Any government who doesn't realize this is perpetuating inequality and poverty.
Then the London Indaba has heard that the business models of the Western mining industry needs new power.
I'm telling you, it was so interesting listening to the opening address and the fireside chat that opened the London Indaba. And we say London Indaba. This is created by South Africans. South Africans go there and they put up the London Indaba, and they bring in people who have global vision. And the opening address by the non-executive chairperson of Barrick Gold was eye-opening, because he's not only heading Barrick Gold, he's also a professor at a university in China. He's also the lead director in Ford. And he's saying that unless you look at what's happening in the East and stop continually focusing on the West, you're going to fall so far behind, you won't know what hit you. And, even his instruction to Ford Motor Company was get into that economy, get into Chinese economy. And they were thinking, well, it's the biggest car market, that's why we must be there. And he said, no. It will enable you to see the future faster, because it is moving so fast that you can see the cars that are coming out of there. They are so much cheaper, and they are equipped with every mod con you can think of, beyond what we used to. So he's saying, they are going to capture that market, and there needs to be partnerships, West-East partnerships, and that's what he specializes in doing, going over there, trying to get these partnerships. And he said, but it's not an easy sell in the West. The West sees itself as the leader, but it is not the leader any longer. And unless we work together like that, we're not going to have the world economy that we want.
Thanks for chatting to us, Martin.
Thank you, Chanel.
That's it for today. Join us again next week for more news analysis on the local and global mining industries. Don't forget to listen to the audio version of our Mining Weekly daily email newsletter.